Well, hello, third grade. Today we are talking about proper nouns and common nouns. Two things that I'm sure that you've heard before, but we're going to talk and kind of review today. So let me show you a few things. What do you see here in the picture? An aisle with some groceries, right? What is it? It's a store, just a regular old store. You don't know the name of the store. So let's take a look at the difference and things that we think about when we see something like this or read something like this. This is just a plain old store. Not really important because we don't know about it. We don't know the name of this store. Let's go to the next one. Another store. Just a plain old store. I don't even know what store it is. It doesn't really have much importance to me or probably to you because we don't know much about it. We don't know what store it is or anything. Another one, look at that. Well, that's a nice store, and I bet you could guess what store that is, but even then, I don't know the truth. I don't know where that is, so it's not really important. And I want to make a point to you. Authors sometimes use common nouns just because it doesn't really matter. I could be looking at that store, I could be looking at a grocery store, or I don't know, just a regular old store that seems to have toys in it, or at this store. An author will just say, I went to the store, and it doesn't really matter. However, look what happens next. My favorite store. Now, this store, Target, now it has a name. Now it has some meaning behind it. And in my mind, I start thinking of all the things that go along with Target, the things that are in Target, where I find things in Target and where I even find the Target stores. Now it's starting to have some meaning because I gave it a name, right? Let's look at the other one. Another one of my favorite stores, H-E-B. So look at the difference. Right now, it's just a store. Doesn't have much meaning behind it or importance. But once I put a name to it, like Target or H-E-B, now it's a proper noun. It has a name. Think about those things that you see even in books. This book right here, author's name, sorry, I'm backwards. Author's name has to have some importance. Now we know who it is, right? What about this book? This is an important book. This is actually my homework that I have to do, right? Well, wouldn't it be important for me to know who wrote this book? Yeah, I mean, what if it said something like, some girl wrote it, some guy wrote it? Yeah, not good. They put their name. Now let me take off those stickies that I did because, yeah, any old girl, some guy, it's not going to work. We need a proper noun. We need the name of the book, right? So, you have noticed names are very important, and that's exactly what proper nouns are. They are names. If you are not giving something a name, it's probably not that important. When you give something a name like Robert, oh, now I know that's who wrote the book. When I'm giving something a name like H-E-B, oh, now I know what you're talking about. You are using a proper noun, okay? Biggest thing that you need to remember, a common noun could be anything. It's not specific. It doesn't give you an exact name. However, when you go to a proper noun, right away you get a name. H-E-B, Target, and it doesn't have to be just stores. It can be places like Austin, San Antonio. It could be names of people. It could be names of doctors, of lawyers. Doctor could be anybody. Dr. A, okay, now that's a name. That's her name, and it's one important thing. Mostly what you have to remember, a proper noun is a specific name. A common noun could be anything.